Hello, Viking Nation. I hope y'all had a wonderful first week of school. Welcome to episode 1 of the new SIHS Podcast that's hosted by your peers. From the freshman class, we have Noah Roseman. From the sophomore class, we have Ella Peck. And from the junior class, we have Chanel St. Bryce. Lastly, from the senior class, you have me, Harrison Hayes. The goal of this podcast is to speak on our thoughts from last week and what we're all going to see in the next one. This episode's topic is New Year, New Beginnings. Now, let's get into those thoughts on week 1. Noah, take it away.
Hi, I'm Noah Roseman, and I'm the freshman here. And I personally thought that week 1 went fairly smoothly, and all info went out well, and the teachers handled themselves pretty well considering the time that we're in. And we were definitely able to be much more prepared than last year's surprise online learning. Now on to sophomore Ella Peck.
Hi, I'm Ella Peck. I'm a sophomore. I'm not sure about everyone else, but I had a surprising amount of work this past week. Aside from that, I really enjoyed being back in school, even if it's strictly online. I really enjoyed getting to see and talk to all my new teachers and classmates through Zoom and get an idea of the work I'll be faced with this year. Based on the last week, I'm looking forward to seeing how this year plays out. Next, we have thoughts from junior Chanel.
Hi, I'm Chanel. I enjoyed getting to know all my teachers and getting the feel of what junior is going to be like. I do miss being in school and seeing all my friends, but safety is the number one priority. But all in all, I love my classes, especially biology. Lastly, we have senior Harrison Hayes.
Hello again. I really enjoyed the general freedom granted by the nature of online learning. I felt like I was able to kind of go at my own pace, do what I need to do when I could do it, and just really take it all in. Shout out to all the faculty at South. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I really appreciate the work they're putting in order to make the year as awesome and as painless as possible.
That I personally do to manage my time more effectively is I'll work for maybe an hour and a half, kind of length of one of your standard classes. And then I'll take a 10, 15, maybe even a 20-minute break in between just to give my mind a little bit of time to rest and recuperate. So then once I get back to it again, I'll do my best work. And then one last thing I do is I'll just get the worst thing I have to do, the thing I want to do the least, out of the way first. So then the rest of the day, all the other stuff I have to do just seems that much easier. Now we'll talk about communication.
It's greatly encouraged that you stay in communication with your teachers, whether you email them or contact them through Canvas or Zoom. Make sure that if you have a question, you ask it, it gets answered, and your confusion gets cleared up. It's super important, and it's really easy to get confused when you're not in-person learning. Your teachers are there to help, and almost 100% of the time, they're going to know the answer to your question. Also, a reminder to the sophomores in the IB program, there was an email sent out the other day via Canvas regarding personal project Zoom meetings to discuss your plan if you have one, or to get one figured out. Now we have schedules from our junior rep.
The teachers probably have gone over this already, but I'm just going to give a brief overview. All of your teachers, or most of them, should have sent out a Zoom link for classes on certain days during their hours. Some Zoom meetings are optional, but other teachers may clarify if they are or not in an email with the Zoom link. If the meetings are mandatory, make sure you log on a little early so the teacher can take attendance before class starts. If your teacher never sent you a link, look on Canvas on announcements to check the weekly overview, and you'll probably find all of the hours the teacher is open. Teachers also set time aside for one-on-one Zoom calls if needed. Any student that would like extra help. If you'd like extra help, just email your teacher and they'd gladly to set time for you. Your teacher have put all the assignments for you to do in Canvas. Lastly, we have what everyone needs to know is tips and tricks for surviving Zoom school.
All right, thank you. First off, let's just get the first step out of the way. Just try to plan out your days. I know it may not sound like you need to do that, but I promise it really does help. When you wake up and you're eating your breakfast, just go through what all you need to do for that day, and then try and give yourself a tentative schedule. Kind of like, don't like have, say, 9 to 9:30, but, just general, in the first part of the morning, I want to work on this. Secondly, just take a break. Between your classes, you're probably going to need to take a break, and you really can afford to. You have more time than you realize. So between your classes, just take a break. You could watch a YouTube video, maybe play a little bit of video games, or just work on a different subject if you really feel up to it. Whatever you need to do to take your mind off of it so that you can come back to the assignment with fresh eyes. That's also one of the most important things. Lastly, if you're not clear on something, just email your teacher. More times than not, they'll be happy to help you and just to answer that question. Just make sure you don't wait till the very last second and ask the question. That way they have enough time to get back to you.
But don't worry, we'll be back next week with more tips and tricks, and as well as some exciting information and maybe even a special guest.
And I know we all hope everyone enjoyed this and thought it was very helpful for continuing school.